Yes, a pleasant good evening to each and every one of you in Guyana. I want to continue from do we rule by a constitution or institution? As I sit down to study and watch what passed, 1966, our country was given a so-called independence. Whereas the East Indian descendant and the African descendant, great-grandchildren of cheap labors and slavery. While in India, we drove the European out and said the white man must go out of India is not a white man country. Ladies and gentlemen, today India are free that you make your own decision and divide to Pakistan and Bangladesh and whatever with you. And you, the African descendant also, you have done the same in Africa. You say the white man must not rule you, it's not his country. He exploited you, he take your resources. You create many sabotage and everything. Today you are free. I remember the late Ras Burnham supporting the ANC of South Africa against de Klerk, the president or prime minister of former South Africa, in the time when Mr. Mandela was in prison. And today they are free. Now, we have lived to see, and I have lived to see, and I have both of your blood in me, to see where Indian grandchildren and African descendant grandchildren rule in Guyana. Are you people forgetting that there's a tribe called the indigenous people, the 9 tribes? Are you people not ashamed to know that you say one thing, do one thing, fight for your Indian and black brothers, for Mother India and Mother Africa, and you're right, but you are denying the Amerindian their country. You enslave their men, you rape their women, breed them, and leave them to walk wild. You make laws to govern them. You jail them and say they break the law in their own bloody country. I guess Mandela must have wanted to know how many hypocrites he had at his side instead of having an honest friend. You must not forget, you also make the law. I don't know if it was Mr. Carbin, but I know it was Barrett government. When you all make a law and stated that no Guyanese can come and run for presidency again above the Article 155 Constitution in 1966. That a Guyanese must live 7 years in Guyana before he or she run for the office. Now, which one is important? One should override the other. Mr. Bandu and Lennox Schumer and others was denied the rights to run because they become foreign citizens. No adopted brother or sister is from the genetics of the family. So nobody who becomes a citizen of another country by adoption, which I call naturalized, happens to be a citizen as one who is from the mainland. So therefore, David, I don't expect you as a soldier to know more, but I want Basil Williams to answer that. Your security minister to answer that, as much as Nandalal. You people have committed treason and genocide upon the Amerindian people. But what goes wrong shall and will comes wrong. Don't make that happen. When you are alive or when you are gone, make the correction now. I know a story where children was adopted from Russia into America and into Canada, China and elsewhere along Latin and South America. And when the children meet certain age, they go and search for their biological parents. And I know every black man look for Africa and every Indian look forward to India. So Mr. David Granger, Mr. Leader, do not be a hypocrite. You fight for one thing, say something, but you are doing something else. Is power so important to you? I have walked past the cemetery in Alexandria, Cairo, Egypt. One in Israel. I have went to one in England and in America. I've seen great men and women laying there and they cannot get up. I've seen names of kings and emperors, governors and mayors and musicians and magicians, but none can cheat death. I call upon you before the Lord, make that final movements to correct the mistake that Burnham has done, Haidt has done, Chetty has done, his wife has done, Barrett has done, and others. If you are the David and you believe in that Bible you swear on, it have a passage. Do unto others as you would like them do unto you. And thou shalt not covet thy brother's property. Why the Amerindians is not a part of their own country and destiny and the future. You, the black race, cried, but the white man exploitation and the white man slavery and the white man take your resources. What the hell are you people doing with the Amerindian one? We can work together, then you all come up with one people, one nation, one destiny. Make that correction. There's a little book called The Children's Story of Guyana, British Guyana. It have Amerindian, Douglas, Portuguese, Chinese, East Indian, and blacks. 6 people, 6 nations, one destiny, graveyard. So what I'm trying to say, from 1966 to now, 54 years in the past, Guyana was not independent and was not giving a fair government or president. Ike says, you all are wrong. And all those laws you all make and lock up innocent people, kill innocent people. Even the late Walter Rodney died in the hands of a counterfeit government. So I call upon Claret Singh, before the Lord make you get a stroke, or you drag and play with your filth, make the correction. Bandu is born in Guyana from Indian descendant. And Mr. Schumer was born in Guyana as a native that your ancestor made. And again, Miss Claudia Singh, there is a God that I serve, and I feel because of the injustice in the country, I hope what I'm seeing don't happen too fast. It might be an earthquake will level the country, or a tidal wave to wash the disease off of the land. Too many criminal elements in the police force, the military, and the parliament is full of them. The courthouse is full of them. I was told if I come to Guyana, I'm going to jail, but I'm coming. What I cannot do in my body, I will do out of my body, for I only live in this body called the statue that you are seeing. For where we go beyond the grave, no man knows. So I'm calling upon you, David, make that correction. And come on, Claudette, postpone this election and correct the mistake. And a lot of dead people still is on the list. If you do not want problem with the neighboring country, Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, and do not want the Amerindian them to get help the way we send soldiers, GDF, into other African countries to fight the white man and support ANC. Don't let the Caribbean, don't let the Latin and South American country support the indigenous people. We are not ready for this yet. So why not we draw a compromise and let all who dare work together and make Guyana the paradise and a better place. And for the US and Canada, if Guyana get the type of leader we need, we will not need your country for a visa or a green card, but we will welcome those who you don't want. And don't forget, Idi Amin drove out Indians who were born and grew in Uganda. Burma driving them out too. And don't forget, Mr. Mugabe drove out the white race out of his country and stated they do not belong there. You know, they're born and grow there for over 100 or something years. The only difference is Nelson Mandela, a man who history will never forget, when he told the Zulus and others, for they are Africano like you. What the ancestors have done in the past, we cannot correct it, but we must not return it. So they are Africano like you. Long live Mandela and many more like him. And Martin Luther King with a dream. So I ask you, David, have a vision and wake up tomorrow and let Guyana be Guyana and give Mr. Schumer his chance to run for his country. If not, we will be in trouble. A fair law. Thank you.